to her now. I'm getting photographed right now. What was I saying again? Ni hao, everybody from the Bund in Shanghai, China. I'm here this morning because I was thinking that I would do my first ever video blog. And what better location than this gorgeous part of the French concession. It's a very sunny day today. I thought the Shanghai pollution would kind of mitigate that a little bit, but it's not working with me today. I wanted to do my first video blog on something that I'm really passionate about, and that is living life fearlessly. I'm so passionate about it, I actually made it the tagline of my blog. And I think this is something that we're all capable of. It's not something that is easy to do. It's definitely a learned skill. But I think if you take risks and you push yourself out of your comfort zone, you will find yourself in places you never imagined. Hence the setting for today's video blog, China, because let's be honest, I never in a million years thought that I would be living on the other side of the world. This was a leap of faith moving to China, but this isn't the kind of decision that happened overnight. It was the result of a lot of little leaps of faith throughout my life. This was just the most recent, and probably to some of my family members, the most crazy one. But I really think it's one of the best things that I have ever done. I'm not saying just jump on into the wild unknown, throwing caution to the wind. I mean, if you know me, I am definitely a planner, I'm a list maker, I'm an organizer. At least mentally, I'm a mess in real life. Like, that might be the creative side of me, like my house, my desk, everything's a mess. Mentally, I like to have things in line. I like to have a checklist. So it seems a little contradictory to the fact that I would just get up from my life and move. And yeah, that's exactly what I did. One of the biggest things that will stop you from taking risks, and I do this all the time, is self-doubt and those pesky, what I call the what ifs. Ooh, what if this doesn't work? What if I don't like it? What if, you know, people think differently of me? And I had all of those thoughts before moving to China. Is it the best idea? After I've had this wonderful opportunity, I've had this great professional growth, I'm now going to pick up, leave all that behind, and move to the other side of the world. Is everyone going to forget about me? Are my professional counterparts going to think I'm a little bit flighty? Are they going to feel like, oh, well, that's kind of random, like, why are you doing that? And to be honest, I couldn't dispel those questions because they're all pretty relevant fears to have. I think they're all things you should think about. But at the end of the day, I had to be true to myself. Hello. Ni hao. Ni hao. Oh, picture, sure. Bye-bye. In China, if you look different, you are a celebrity. So there we go. So of course, I had a lot of doubts. I think we all get those little what ifs in the back of our mind. So even though it was a little scary because I didn't know what was going to happen after moving, you know, I didn't know what my job was going to be, if I was even going to have a job when I came back to the United States. I had to rely on the fact that I had great relationships, I had a lot of people supporting me, and I had to ultimately believe in myself. I know I have different skills that I can utilize and fall back on until I can find the place I'm meant to be. So you know what? I'm going to do it. So I took this crazy leap and I moved to China, which, as I mentioned before, is one of the greatest decisions I have ever made for a number of reasons. I have learned a lot of things. I have learned that ultimately, the role I'm currently in, while I love the people, and I of course love my company, the role itself is just not for me. And that is perfectly okay. I actually found more about my passions and what I like to do by doing things I don't like doing. More like kind of like I've been crossing things off like, that's not so much my favorite. Or I like this part, but not the rest of this part of this job. And that's kind of like nudged me in the direction that I'm meant to go. How do you know if you don't try things? So I tried this as a role, and the role itself is just not catering to my strengths. Perfectly fine. Actually, Andrew loves it. This has been a wonderful job for him. He's found his passion working with kids, which is great. Actually, it's funny because my sister said to me, she goes, well, Cait, I'm not really surprised you're not loving it because I never really thought you liked kids that much. So leave it to a sibling to just kind of lay it out there the way it is. I was like, yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, they're cute and I do enjoy them, but I'm not the most patient person sometimes, so that can be a little bit of a challenge. What's been great is it has helped me rediscover my passion that I've literally had since I was a child, and that is writing. I used to stay indoors from recess so I could write chapter books and illustrate them. On my summer breaks, I would sit at a computer and literally write novels that were hundreds of pages long. And up until high school, I kept a journal that I wrote in every single day, documenting the mundane details of my life. Sometimes Andrew and I play a game where we'll pick a date like, April 16th, 1999. And I'll go to that journal and I'll be like, Dear Diary. I didn't start it really with Dear Diary, but I'm like, today, Brad said he liked me, and I was like, or I don't know, like whatever my life was like back then. But I digress, as I do quite frequently. I rediscovered my love for writing, which I have loved since I was a kid. So, since I wasn't finding my professional growth in my role, I was still dedicating and giving my all to it, of course. But on the side, I was like, let me start writing again. That's why I started my blog before coming here. I'm gonna get another picture taken. Should I smile? Ding! So that's why I started my blog before moving here, and since being here I realized that there was quite a market for native English speakers to do copywriting. So I started reaching out to local companies here to see if they needed my help and my assistance, and I found that a lot of companies were willing to bring me on. So I've been doing some freelance copywriting on the side, which has been absolutely fantastic. It's given me such clarity into what I should be doing. It's that passion I had ever since I was a little kid. So I'm sure all of you have something that you've loved forever. Maybe you do it as a hobby, maybe you are pursuing it professionally, but whatever it is, don't let it go. I mean, keep working on it, keep pursuing it, keep loving it, because I've reignited that love of writing, it has led me down a completely new path. It's opened up a completely new opportunity that I never would have had I not moved to the other side of the world and rediscovered my passion and then pursued it. In addition to the what ifs, I think the other thing that can keep us, hold us back, is comfort. Being comfortable can, I think, be a little bit dangerous. If I had just stayed my course, I probably would have been good. I would have been okay for quite a few years. But because I decided, no, I want more. I want to pursue my passion. That has opened doors that have now led me to a place I never, ever thought I would get to go. It is an opportunity I am going to be very happy to share with you all soon. I can't exactly talk about it right now, but by the time I post this video, what I can tell you is my time in China is now coming to an end. It's been absolutely wonderful, and I've loved it, and it has given me so much direction and so many memories, and it's helped push me to my next adventure. So I can't wait to share what that is with you very soon. While it does mean I'm leaving China, it is an exciting opportunity, and I want to just leave you with this final thought. Because I've had people say to me, I can't believe, thinking of moving to China, I could never do something like that. I'm not that brave. And again, this is not because I'm brave. This is not the kind of decision you make just overnight. I mean, for some people maybe it is, but it's more about taking those little steps, those little risks, pushing yourself just a little bit, and your comfort zone starts to grow. And as you do that, you will discover that you are capable of things you never thought possible. You will find yourself walking down a path you maybe never even knew was there, and it might lead you to someplace absolutely incredible that you never even imagined. And it is those little steps that led me to my dream job at Walt Disney World. It's those little steps that then led me here to China, where Andrew and I have had just an incredible time of growth, and now it's led me to an exciting new adventure that in my wildest dreams I never would have imagined. So take those risks, get out there, do what you love, do what scares you, because I promise you it is only going to give you even greater fulfillment, and it's going to help you live your best life. Thank y'all for sticking with me through that long little speech there. I truly appreciate all of you supporting me through this journey. I'm really excited to see where it leads, and keep your eyes peeled, because I will be sharing some more information with you about my next adventure very, very soon. So again, thank you. Have a wonderful day full of adventures. Take a risk today and do something that scares you. See you real soon. Bye.